Good morning, Mike here, being true to my word, BTMW, checking in, day 24, and I don't know if you can see through the woods there, there's probably an 8-story building just off Forest Avenue here in Portland, Maine, and decided to go into the woods today. Snowed last night, obviously, so probably one of the rare times I'll be in the woods this year due to the ticks and everything like that. I can't risk getting bit again. I think I mentioned once before, I had a 2.5 hour span there one time. I pulled 5 ticks off me, or I had helped 2 person help pull 5 off me, but for whatever reason they like me. So, and I'm on 2 different autoimmune suppressors, 1 infusion, 1 pills. So with the virus and all the other stuff going on, I'm definitely cautious. But someone brought up a good point the other day about being inside now much more and eating. You know, I know for myself there, one time I went out and I bought twice as many groceries as I usually do because of everything that was going on. So then, you know, here I am not working as much, twice as much food, and, you know, just trying to keep myself from grazing pretty much. You know, it's like, oh, I'm bored. I end up walking over to the fridge. And I mentioned it before also, you know, the whole emotional eating thing. I never thought I would do it, but even thinking back, you know, if I had done something good or whatever, my grandmother would make me a raspberry pie. That was my favorite. So, you know, had to cut those out. And other things, you know, pecan pies and things like that. I love my pies, and but they don't agree with me. And you know, the reason I just keep eating them is kind of that emotional part of it. You know, it's a big connection with food. And so also I just wanted to say, after this today, I got some time, so I'm gonna go back and kind of switch my living room around to make it more of a gym setup, or at least where I can do yoga and meditate without having to move stuff around every time, because right now it's set up like it always has been. Pretty much designed for me to work, get home, rest, recoup, eat, sleep, get up and do it again. And I don't need that right now. So I'm gonna move things around. I mean, for myself right now, I mean, I'm living on my own in a 2-bedroom, and I have 1 full-size couch, like a love seat couch, like one of those Shea lounge chairs or whatever they are. So just for myself, I got 3 spots to lay down, plus the floor, well, plus a bed too. So that's probably a little excessive. I got to gear myself towards getting back into yoga, because during January I wasn't working that much, and I was on a strict yoga and meditation and going to the gym, Planet Fitness. Everything was pretty regimented. My body was pretty happy with me at the time. My body always likes it when I do yoga, so that's one of the things, you know, at least for myself. It's one of the last things I ever picture myself doing, just because, you know, it doesn't seem very manly. But I know one thing for sure is all those times I spent at the emergency room at Penn Bay here in Maine at the hospital, you know, looking at the ceiling tiles. That was not very manly. Or having surgeries and having to be all lamed up and go through all that. And a friend of mine just told me, you know, treat my body like a temple. So at the time I kind of laughed at him and gulped down a fisherman's platter. This was before my Crohn's, but even back then, you know, it's like you're crazy, you know, you don't know what you're talking about. But I noticed also, you know, my garbage has gotten a lot heavier just from the type of foods I've been eating. There's no more, you know, empty cartons and things like that, packaging. It's all made from real food and substantial stuff. So, and the effects have been great. And that's just for me, you know. I can't imagine what would happen if I didn't have the Crohn's or the Lyme and all these other things. You know, I'd probably be dancing on the ceiling, so to speak. But signing off here from the main woods before I get dumped on too much with the falling snow. Pretty though. I get back and work on turning my living room into a exercise area / resting area. Have a good day. God bless. Love you. Subscribe and like, please.